If the Democrats get in, they're going to raise your taxes. You're going to have crime all over the place. You're going to have people pouring across the border. So why would that be a blue wave? I think it could be a red wave. I tell you what, really, I think it should be a red wave.
That was President Trump last night in Ohio, aiming to curb a blue wave in the midterms, rallying supporters in that Ohio district that he won ahead of Tuesday's special election.
Here to react, Fox News contributor and former Trump deputy campaign manager David Bossie. David, good morning. Thanks for being here. You've seen rallies like this during the campaign. He's back in campaign mode. Do you see this approach being effective, A, on Tuesday, and then B, overall in the midterms?
This is where President Trump is at his best. Out there on the road, talking directly to the American people, bypassing the fake news divisions across the country and speaking directly to the American voter. This is part of the strategy. These rallies were part of the strategy that got him victory in November of 2016, and he knows it. And his team is putting together a September and October that is going to look a lot like 2016.
So, David, the president talking about a red wave coming instead of a blue wave. The president has been successful in Alabama, in Georgia, in Republican primaries, but he hasn't really been tested in a Republican versus Democrat. Do you believe it's going to be a red wave?
Well, I'm excited about the November election because this president is going to be able to run over the next 95 or so days on his accomplishments, on this tremendous list of promises made, promises kept. 4.1% GDP, something Obama said was never going to be seen again. 3.9% unemployment, the lowest in 18 years. Look, one economic indicator after the other that our economy is on fire. This president has a record to run on. The American people are better off today than they were in November of 2016. And that's where we're going to be educating the American people, because the opposite will be true. Increased taxes, open borders, the abolishment of ICE, if you can believe it. You know, it is going to be an incredible agenda going the opposite direction if the Democrats are able to take over the House. And the American people need to know that this is not a joke. This is, on Election Day, the difference between continuing with this forward agenda of America first or going back to the old ways that were of yesterday.
All right, so we're all going to be watching this special election on Tuesday. Troy Balderson, that's happening in that district in Ohio against O'Connor. How much should we read into this? Because as it stands now, the polls, I think, are within a point of each other. This is a district that has been red for decades now. If a Republican loses, so should the alarm bells be blaring across the country that Republicans should be concerned about what could happen in the midterms?
Yeah, this is a very important race, and we need to win it. The president only won this congressional district by just 2 or 3 points in November of 16. So it is a close district. But it's about this candidate, really, Troy Balderson. He needs to perform on Election Day. This is not just on the president's shoulders. This is on the people who chose Balderson and the voters choosing Balderson in the primary and now need to get him across the finish line.
All right, we'll see what happens.
We'll be watching.
David Bossie, good to see you this morning.
Thanks, David. Appreciate it.